Have you ever thought about this? What if a skyscraper or even an airplane could actually change the time you break your fast during Ramadan? I know it sounds a little out there, but it's this incredible puzzle where faith, science, and our modern world all smash together. So, let's get into it. Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it possible for people in the exact same building to have two totally different times for iftar? The meal that breaks the fast. Your first thought is probably, no way, that's impossible. But the answer is a definite yes. It actually happens.
And to see this in action, we're going to look at the perfect real-world example, the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. This massive skyscraper creates a pretty unique problem when you're trying to figure out the precise moment of sunset.
Just to give you a sense of what we're dealing with, the Burj Khalifa is nearly a full kilometer tall. I mean, think about that. And it's that incredible height that causes this whole time-bending situation.
And here's what that height actually does. It's not just a theory. Religious authorities have ruled on this. People on the top floors of the Burj Khalifa have to wait about 8 to 10 minutes longer to break their fast than the people on the ground floor. Yep, same building, different sunset times. So, what is going on?
Well, the answer isn't really a religious one. It's actually about simple physics. It all comes down to the science of what a sunset is. And here is the absolute key. Sunset isn't some fixed, universal event that happens for everyone at the same instant. It's personal. It's defined as the moment the sun vanishes from your line of sight. And that one little detail, your perspective, changes everything. Just picture the Earth for a second, right? It's a giant, curved ball. When you're standing on the ground, your horizon is pretty close. But the higher you go, you can literally see over that curve. Your line of sight gets longer and you can see further into the distance.
And boom, that solves our Burj Khalifa puzzle. If you're way up on the top floor, you can still see the sun for a few extra minutes as it dips below the horizon, long after it's already disappeared for someone standing on the street down below. A later sunset means a longer fast. Simple as that.
All right, so a stationary building makes sense now. But what happens when you add two new ingredients to the mix? Incredible speed and even more altitude. Let's take this whole idea up to 35,000 feet.
This is where things get really interesting. Imagine you're on a flight. The sun starts to go down. Do you break your fast based on the time in the city you just flew over, or is something else going on? Think about it. A modern jet is blazing across the sky at nearly 1,000 kilometers per hour. So now you're not just high up, you're also racing across the surface of the planet. And on top of that speed, you're flying maybe 5 or even 10 times higher than the very top of the Burj Khalifa. So now we've got these two massive factors at play, extreme height and extreme speed. Because once you're moving that fast, at that altitude, the direction you're heading in becomes maybe the most important factor in figuring out when, or even if, the sun is going to set for you. And the difference is just staggering. If you're flying east, you're flying into the night. The sun is going to disappear super fast, way faster than on the ground. But if you're flying west, you're flying away from the sunset. You are literally chasing the daylight across the globe.
It leads to this mind-bending situation which someone described perfectly. They said, "My brother, the sun won't set at all until you land. If you're flying west fast enough, you can keep pace with the Earth's rotation. The sun just kind of hangs there in the sky. For you, on that plane, sunset just doesn't happen until the plane touches down."
So after all this talk about giant buildings and super fast jets, what's the actual takeaway here? It all seems pretty complicated, but it really boils down to one simple, unshakable rule. So we've seen how your altitude, the Earth's curve, your speed, and your direction of travel all create these wild scenarios. But every single one of them points back to one basic truth. And that truth is what you can see with your own two eyes. If you, from your window seat, can see even the tiniest sliver of the sun, then guess what? The sun has not set. Period. It doesn't matter what time it is on the ground below. What you can see is the only thing that matters. And you'll see this in the real world. Some airlines might make an announcement for a general iftar time, especially if they're based in Muslim-majority countries. But they almost always add that key piece of advice. The final call is up to each passenger and what they personally observe. When you think about it, our amazing technology doesn't change these ancient rules of observation. It just puts us in these extraordinary new situations where we have to apply them.
And it makes you wonder, as we build higher and fly faster, how else is our technology changing something as basic as how we perceive time itself?